Hello, I am Mr. Kane and I'm the Head of Design and Technology here at the Fitz Weinmark School, and I'm here to introduce you to our vocational course in construction. So what is construction? Our construction course runs over 2 years. It's a full hands-on practical-led construction course. Pupils will learn painting and decorating, bricklaying and carpentry. We're also looking to introduce electrics and plumbing over the next year. We'll also teach pupils about the variety of jobs within the construction industry, how to go on site and price a job, but also the importance of safety while being on site. So I'd like to just discuss the differences between a vocational course and a GCSE. The main difference is how the theory is delivered to the pupils. We rely heavily on practice-based learning. So pupils are learning the theory with the skills that they need within the construction course. The other difference is the grading that the pupils receive throughout the 2 years and the final results they receive in the summer of Year 11. With a traditional GCSE, they would receive a grade from a 9 to a 1, while with construction, we deliver a qualification from a level 2 distinction to a level 1 pass. On the screen there, you can see the breakdown between the 3 units that make up the course that we deliver, how each grade that they receive from a pass 1 to a distinction is given a point scoring, and this is tallied up at the end of Year 11 to give them their overall grade. As mentioned in my previous slide, the course is split into 3 units, Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3. And I'm going to talk through each of the units and explain the differences between them. So Unit 1 covers safety and security in construction. This is all how to be safe on a building site. Pupils will learn the theory towards this in both Year 10 and Year 11, and then they will sit an 1-hour exam at the end of Year 11. The online exam features a series of multiple and short answer questions. Pupils really find the online exam really accessible. They can do the questioning at their leisure within the hour time frame, but they can move between questions. The questions are laid out very clearly and it's heavily reliant on imagery. The topics covered in this unit is how to be safe on a building site, the types of fire extinguishers, the colours and the content, the types of safety signs, that's the shape and colour of the safety signs and their meanings, the health and safety executive, who they are and the laws that they create, as well as the law in general to do with building sites. So Unit 2 is developing construction projects, and this is the unit that the pupils do throughout the whole of Year 10, and this is the one they love the most. This is the one that they will be coming home to you raving about what they've learned. So we'll be teaching them bricklaying, we teach them painting skills, so it's the application of different types of paints, we teach them how to do wallpapering, and we teach them different carpentry skills. As mentioned previously, we are looking to add electrics and plumbing. We base the whole of Unit 2 around a case study of an imaginary house in Southend where the pupils have actually been asked to go and do the work. So they're going on site, looking at the site safety, how to be safe, how to prepare the areas, and how they're going to do the work. The pupils select their own colour paint and wallpapers, which is sometimes quite interesting, but they have to do it towards the spec as required by their customer. So I've put this slide up. These 3 images give you an indication of the panels the pupils get when they start in Year 10. However, the panel on the left has been cleaned up. So each pupil will be given a panel from a previous year that's had painting and decorating, carpentry and wallpaper. And their first job is to strip it and prepare it for the work they'll be going to do on it. Then they basically take that blank panel, they will produce and we'll teach them how to make a window frame, which then they have to set in and do the trim and the detail. They then have to do the painting and prep for the window frame, as well as the painting and prep for the skirting board. Once they've done the carpentry and the painting, then they'll go on to the wallpapering and learning how to wallpaper. They do find this a challenge, and it is really good to see pupils learning to take their time. Once they've moved on to wallpapering, we have been looking at adding an electrics aspect to it. So you can see in the image on the right where pupils have started adding the light socket as well as a switch. So that's something that the new Year 10s for September 2021 will be looking to do. So in these images here, you will see our amazing bricklaying yard and our pupils actually out there doing the work. Personally, this is my favourite part of the subject, and it is amazing to see how engaged pupils get, how frustrated they get with their work, but how much they love doing it. It's also quite an eye-opener from when we're out there, because we're out there all year round. So depending on when we get to do bricklaying, it depends on the weather. So people are out there in whether it's cold, rain, snow, or whether it's scorching hot sun. So they're learning the realities of being on a building site. We kit them out as much as possible to give them the actual realistic feel of being on a building site. You'll notice there's no hard hats or high vis. That's just because we're in an enclosed space and it's a controlled environment. Pupils get to use the mixer, so they make their own mix up. They are totally independently producing those brick walls that you see. So Unit 2 is not just making and spending all their time with all the tools and being outdoors and doing all those exciting things. There is an element where they have to actually get their work, their ideas down and typed up. So I've given you an example of the coursework and the level they have to work at the coursework. So to achieve that distinction for this Unit 2, they need to be really writing in depth about why they've picked certain tools, being safe on site, the step-by-steps of how they've produced their brick wall, how they've done their carpentry, how they've done their wallpaper. We teach them currently three skills. And within those three skills are a multitude of other skills as well. So we're just setting our pupils up for a career in construction, or just the life skills that you would need when they come to buy their own home. Finally, Unit 3, planning construction projects. The theory for this is delivered throughout Year 10 and Year 11 in a combination of separate theory lessons, but also we talk about this unit throughout their practical lessons for Unit 2. The exam also is at the end of the summer in Year 11. It's a 2-hour exam and it's made up of questions requiring short sentence answers. This unit covers the whole aspect of responsibility and the careers within the construction industry, the hierarchy, the progression that pupils can make from start to finish. Pupils learn the importance of actually planning a job through the use of Gantt charts, the factors that might affect a building being delayed and how to overcome them. We also emphasize the importance of being able to go on site and accurately calculate the areas, but also the costings of a job. So we work heavily on pupils learning how to measure accurately a room and actually the costing. So in terms of the maths does scare some of our pupils. So I've just put this slide up here. This is an example of the Unit 3, one of the exam questions. And pupils have to calculate the area in blue for the main office area and the area in white as the kitchen area. Pupils then given the cost for vinyl flooring for the kitchen and carpet tile for the main office area. They're given as much detail as possible. They are just required to know how to calculate the area and therefore how to correctly cost up the job. So why this course? This course is brilliant. You are learning through practice, through hands-on experience. The skills that we're giving pupils are relatable not only to real-world jobs, but also just to valuable life skills for when they go on to be homeowners of their own. Pupils can work at their own pace. So they're given a brief where they have to do painting, decorating, wallpaper, carpentry. They do that at their own pace. There's no rushing them through a task. Everyone is different. Everyone learns at a different speed. It really helps pupils establish the mindset that they need to be on a building site. Working with others as well as working independently and working safe. We try and do as many on-site visits as possible so they can see the reality of being on a building site. They get a taste of that while in their brickyard with all the weathers they have to deal with. We do have several construction companies and building companies that come in to meet our pupils, to talk to them about apprenticeships, to talk about the career progress and how important construction is to our economy. So who's the course for? The course is for anyone that likes learning with their hands, that likes DT, likes engineering, but also likes the physical nature of getting something and making something. If they're interested in a trade as a career, whether it's a family business that they want to go into, or whether they want to start up on their own. But also it's just those invaluable life skills that they'll pick up. If they like a challenge, Pupils must work on their own, but they also need to know how to work as a team. How, if they're working on their own in a room, to be responsible for their space, but also how it affects others. The course is designed for all abilities and all strengths. And more importantly, it's not just for boys. So I've got a few slides with student feedback. And they're all similar in terms of the engagement they feel, the joy, the interest that they have. So this is Joe in Year 11. I enjoyed construction because it is different to other subjects you would usually take. The practical work is a good challenge but also fun. The theory is interesting and finished quickly so you can get back to the practical. I have chosen construction as I knew it would be fun, enjoyable lesson where you are always active. And personally, I want to work in trade, and construction is perfect if you're looking to do the same, as it teaches you everything you need to know. Jack is very similar. I think construction is a great course to take because they show you all the life skills you need to possibly help you when you're leaving school. Wallpapering, painting, how to make frames, and much more, especially if you want to pursue a construction industry job. So a few more slides of student feedback. We do have several pupils that also have picked the GCSE in engineering to tie that with construction for a career in civil engineering. We also have pupils that pick our GCSE in design and technology for furthering in terms of architecture or surveying. They work very well together. I like the quote, I really look forward to my construction lessons, but it can be cold outside when you're bricklaying. So it's definitely, the pupils are fully engaged in our subject. So to summarise, our construction course is a vocational subject. Pupils will leave our school in Year 11 with a vocational course level 1 or level 2 in construction. The course is broken up into 3 units, and that's split over the 2 years of Year 10 and Year 11. There's one internally assessed piece, which is the Unit 2, which is the practicals, and then 2 exams that they take in Year 11. It's brilliant hands-on experience of the construction industry, and it's heavily linked to industry. And the skills, whether they go into a career of construction or not, are applicable in life. If you need to talk to me further about it, my email address is at the bottom. It's tkane@fitzwymot.com. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time.